it's Tina and I'm back, and I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We have tons of fun here on this channel talking about makeup and all things beauty, and you guys know how we do it here. I like to get ready with you and try out new products. If there are a bunch of new products that I can try out, I'm gonna do a get ready with me, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So I was sent the new Kaleidos collection. It's their Alma Viva collection. It has two quads, so they're smoky little quads. One is more of a purpley pinky hue, and then the other one has more cool tone shades, but it also has that neutral pinky vibe to it. We also have all the lip glosses we're gonna try out and the blushes. So there are 4 blushes in the collection. You're gonna hear my thoughts about these. I'm also trying out a new foundation from Chanel. I picked this up and I wanted to test it out on camera with you guys. I've worn it before, but I wanted to like get another vibe, like another feel for it. So we're gonna try that out, purchase that myself. The new concealers I have in my arsenal are from Tower 28 and Makeup by Mario. Oh my god, let me grab it. So the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, and then the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. So we're gonna try both of these out and you're gonna hear my thoughts. And what else do we have? I think that's it. So if you want to chat with me, guys, catch up, then let's go ahead and try these new products out while we talk. So let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so I would say as usual we're starting off with a clean, freshly washed face. It's clean, but it's not freshly washed, okay? I washed my face an hour ago and I had to eat some food before I started filming, so it's clean, but it's not quite freshly washed. Either way, let's go in with some moisturizer because I'm already getting oily. I feel like I can't deal. I should have tried to wash my face again before I started filming, but I already started filling in my eyebrows when I thought about it, so it is what it is. So the brows are filled in and I have my eyeshadow base and primer on. For this, I used my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Yes! That's actually the name. Yay, I got it right for once. It's in the shade Chestnut. I just apply that all over my lids. Now it's a concealer, so it might crease a little bit. So let's hurry up and get the eyeshadow on. I'm using this Peach Slices Oil Control Mattifying Moisturizer. It has niacinamide, zinc, pine bark, and green tea, and it's meant to moisturize and absorb oil for a balanced, shine-free look all day. We'll see about that. So it's a thicker lotion. It's not quite a cream, but it's not a gel moisturizer, which is what I usually expect with a mattifying moisturizer, but I used it before and it seemed to work fine. And right now I really need to mattify my skin because my oils are already breaking through. Like my skin already feels greasy, which is why I wanted to wash it again. And if you have oily skin, then maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. My skin just overproduces oil all the time, which is a good thing actually because it helps keep the skin nice and fresh because it's hydrated. It's never truly dry, so it ages better, which is great because I'm 40. So we applied that. I'm going to go in with my mattifying primer after, but let's see how this goes. Alright, for the eyeshadows, you guys already know we're using new palettes from Kaleidos. They sent these my way. These are quads. So we have Venus Trap, which is a neutral palette with a very pale pink and then more gray tone matte browns and then a sparkly shimmer. I'll show you the swatches so you can get an idea of it. So what they do is include 4 shades. One's a base shade, then they have Radiate, Diffuse, and Accentuate. You're supposed to build an eye look around the 4 using the mattes to create dimension and then the shimmers to add the glow. So this one is the Twilight Rush palette. Again, it has more gray tone shades in this light pink and then 2 shimmers this time around. But the black shimmer has micro fine silver sparkle to it, so it's a little bit more on the opaque side. And then we have the lavender purple shimmer shade. They're really pretty. I do enjoy the Kaleidos quads, but they have to be something that you're interested in. I think their coffee quad, the brown one, is my favorite. This one is probably my favorite of the two. This one is the Venus Trap, just because it has the 3 mattes, but they're very light. So we're gonna try this out, see how it goes. I might mix in another shade, this one specifically from the Twilight Rush palette, this purpley one. We'll see how that goes, because it's still gray toned, right? So let's start out. I don't know where to start, because there's no... It's like this is a little bit too rich, but let's try it out. So that one is the diffuse shade. So you're meant to use it to diffuse your colors. So I'm just gonna buff that in the crease. Let me zoom it in a little bit more. This is a soft concealer brush from Sonia G. I'm just buffing that in the crease, just going back and forth. You can see this shade is a little bit more on the gray tone side, and it's a little bit richer, but it is a nice shade to diffuse in that crease. As I thought, yeah, the concealer is creasing a little bit, so I have to move a little bit faster and blend out the creasing. But I'm just blending that color in the crease. The Kaleidos matte formula has always been a good formula. I just don't love the shimmers, because I prefer a smooth shimmer versus like a sparkly shimmer. So that's the only drawback, but that's a personal preference. You might be fine with the color. I think I'm gonna go into the beige shade. Yeah, this matte shade in the Twilight Rush palette. I still can't get the name straight. This is the purpley one. I think it will coordinate with this gray tone because it's a little bit more on the cool side. And I'm using my Sonia G blending brush for this. Let's just apply that to the outer lid, outer V, and blend it up. So what's going on with you guys? How's it been? Let me tell you about this restaurant that I went to yesterday. So my intention was to go to this restaurant for brunch, right? Because I felt like having, listen here mirror. I think this mirror is intent on sabotaging me. So this restaurant, right? I found it on Yelp because, you know, I'm searching for brunch spots because what I wanted was chicken and waffles. That's what I was in the mood for. There's this great place on Long Island where I used to live where I would go for chicken and waffles, and it was a Jamaican spot. So it was really good. It was a cornbread waffle and it was so good. The chicken was fried to the T, like it was good. So I was in the mood for the chicken and waffles, right? So I find this place, it's not too far from me. I'm like, all right, let me test it out. Let me see. It had great ratings. It was like 4.7 and I'm like, oh, legit, let's go. And the pictures on the website, it was just like a whole thing, right? So I was like, let me go because this sounds amazing. Like it sounds really good. All right, now I'm going into the Accentuate shade, which is the deeper matte. So I go to this place, right? And you have to have a reservation for Saturdays and for Sundays, which is the case for most brunch spots. I'm just using another Sonia G brush. This is from one of their limited edition collections. It's just their crease brush still though. It's like the same shape. This brown is pretty. It's like a coffee brown. It has a little bit of neutral undertone to it. That's pretty. My light is pissing me off. Why do you keep dimming? Like, I set you there, stay. Okay, pissing me off, but I love this mirror so much. I love it, but it's annoying. Anyway, so you have to have a reservation. I made the reservation, but I was late, so I had to just go ahead and cancel it. I was gonna be late and they were like a stickler for being on time. So I just say, you know what, let me go ahead and cancel it and I'll just do takeout from the spot, right? I'll still get to try the food out, and if it's good, I'll just, you know, make another reservation for another time. So I make my order online, whatever, and I go to pick it up, right? And I'm in the parking lot. It's in like a strip mall, so it's not like standing off on its own. It's in a strip mall. Okay, cool. And there's a Thai restaurant next to it that I already went to. So I'm like, oh, I know this place, right? Let me go in with the beige shade now from the Venus Trap palette, which is the light pink. I don't think I'm gonna use the shimmers. I don't like shimmery looks. I wanna do all matte. And I'm just gonna pop that on the lid and inner tear down. This is a worker 2 brush from Sonia G. So no problem, went to the Thai spot before, I'm familiar, not a big deal, there are other restaurants all around, fine, right? So I go up to the door and it's closed, right? And that's fine because, you know, it's a restaurant, so it should be closed. But the windows are tinted, so you can't see inside. And it's a little sketch as well because there's no sign really to tell you what it is. All the other spots have signs saying the name of the restaurant. So you gotta really like go up to the door to read the name of the restaurant, right? So, all right, I'm at the right spot, no problem. So I go to open the door and a security guard opens the door instead. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna give up on this mirror right now because it's really pissing me off. Like, y'all don't understand how annoyed I am by this. And I can't figure it out how to just keep the setting on it. Like, it always wants to switch up on me and it's really annoying. You see, like, it keeps dimming. Like, what the hell? Anyway, so the security guard opens up the door. You're probably thinking, okay, not a big deal. Let's go into the diffuse shade in the other palette, which is the light lavender. It's definitely purple, but it almost matches the light pink exactly. So the security guard is fully armed. She has a bulletproof vest on and she has a side firearm. And I'm like, why? Why is there a firearm at this brunch spot, right? And she's asking, do you have a reservation? Like, what are you here for? What's going on? And I'm like, I'm here to pick up a to-go order. And then other people were like showing up and she's asking them if they have a reservation and they're like, no, they're on the wait list. And like they had to scan a QR code that was posted up on the window to make sure that they check in for the wait list, the whole 9 yards, right? But I'm just there to pick up a to-go order. Let me go back in with the deepest shade that we had gone in before just to build up the dimensions. So anyway, she's like, okay, you're here for a to-go order. Go into the counter right there. And I go in to the counter. The spot is pretty much packed, right? They seem to have a little bit of music going on. Like, I wasn't even really paying attention to the point where I remember right now. I'm like, did they have music or didn't they? I think they did, but not really. If they had music, it wasn't really loud. But the place itself was loud because the door is locked. It's a smaller spot. And they've cramped in as many chairs as possible. Just going in with a highlight. This is my sugar pill butter cupcake. What is it? No, it's not. It's called heart-shaped cookie. Butter cupcake is the yellow one. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's already jam-packed. It's like maxed out to capacity, right? There's so many chairs. Of course you have the kitchen and then you have the counter for the to-go orders. So it's like a whole crowded situation. And then the patrons themselves, they're also loud. So it's like there's a ruckus going on. It's more like a consistent hum of noise, right? I go in, I'm like, I'm here for this order. Somebody gives me my order and I leave, right? But like the whole vibe of the place, I'm just thrown off. Why is there like a legit security guard, armed security guard? I'm using my matte primer from L'Oreal. Armed security guard at the door, letting people in. Like, I felt like this was a club situation. Like, am I gonna get patted down? Like, what's the deal? And it's not like she was searching anybody. So that's the other thing. It's like, you're armed and all this, right? But you're not searching anybody. You're not patting anybody down. So somehow there's this need to have armed reinforcements for the spot, but you're not checking anybody. So now I'm like, what happened before that you felt it necessary to have armed security at a brunch spot? And it's not even a big brunch spot. It's a small brunch spot. Like some brunch spots, you know, they have the open settings, so they may have security because people are, you know, getting drunk and acting up. But like armed security like that, like full tactical vest, like I felt very, very disturbed by the whole setup. And then inside didn't even look that great. It wasn't even like an it spot to me. And I was just thrown off, you know. But I was like, all right, well, I ordered the food to try it out, so let's see what the food is like. All right, good stuff. So I'm going to try out this new Chanel Sublimage L'Essence de Teint. It's the liquid version of the Sublimage Le Teint foundation. So we have the Essence Le Teint and then the Le Teint. So this is a cream foundation, this is a liquid. Here is the packaging, glass bottle, black cap, black pump. Nothing too crazy, like it's nothing extreme, like it's not even bougie, but it's $150. You heard me. $150. Shut your mouth. I can't. The shit, like not even right on the buckle, Lord God. So it's 1.35 fluid ounce, 40 milliliters, which is actually more than a typical foundation, which is 30 milliliters. So we're getting 10 milliliters more, a third more, and it's 1.35 fluid ounces. Again, a third more, or just over a third more than normal. All right, made in France. All right, it's the Ultimate Radiance Generating Serum Foundation. The shade I have is BD 91. BD to me, big dick energy. So this is the same shade I have in the actual cream foundation, but nothing fancy about it, just regular schmegler bottle, and then we get a brush with it. Here's the little brush, right? Synthetic bristles. Oh, I used it with powder. Has a little bit of a pyramid top to it. You see how it looks? Cute, right? Short handle, so it's not ideal for me. I prefer a long handle, but let me zoom back in so you can see what's going on when I apply this. So I'm gonna use their little brush because why not? So I'm just there like, what's so special about this spot that they need all this? Like, what's the occurrence? And you know what? Maybe I should look that up to see if there was like a robbery or like a shootout. Was there a confrontation? Like, who, what, where, and why? Like, what is going on? Perfect shade match. I think BD 91 for Chanel is my perfect shade match. It just blends in. The undertone is spot on, right? It's one of their deeper shades. It works well. And this is spreading quite fine. Doesn't feel, what is this? What is this little thing? Oh, just a little smudgy smudge. The little brush works, and I think this little brush would be good for travel, you know, so you don't have to take a long handle brush. And maybe I'll do exactly that. I'll travel with this brush because it's handy to have shorter handles for travel so you don't bulk up your travel bag. But let me see, because this is not doing anything. Ooh, I have a mirror. I have the Kaleidos mirror from the collection. So the collection includes the 2 quads and a mirror, which is cute, right? I don't know that the finish of this is that pretty. The selling point of the Sublimage Le Teint is the finish. Like, it's very beautiful on the skin, but this is very light coverage, guys. Like, very L'Essence. Maybe it's meant to be light coverage. Let me see. With Chanel, you get a whole pamphlet, girl. So here's the box that it came in. The box is cute, you know, whatever, but it's a dimethicone and water-based product, so definitely a dimethicone foundation. It said to shake well. I didn't really shake well, but let me read what this has to say. Chanel Laboratories have created a serum foundation with a unique, wait now, I'm gonna pronounce this word, sensoriality that fuses perfectly with the skin, making each woman's natural radiance sublime. Could be a man to where I come going, so. Exceptional light. Sublimage L'Essence de Teint helps improve the skin's natural light over time. What does that mean? They have a whole asterisk, girl, when combined with the Sublimage skincare ritual. So then is it the foundation or the skincare? Stop it. Upon application, the complexion is instantly illuminated thanks to the fine mica particles that release their light reflecting power. All day long, the coated pigments and film forming polymers enhance foundation hold. The complexion looks even, satiny, and radiant. Day after day, intense vanilla planifolia water from the signature ingredient of Sublimage helps maintain the quality of skin. Formulated with vanilla planifolia beans from Madagascar, This water and its antioxidant power helps protect the skin from external aggressors. Finally, unique to Sublimage l'Essence de Teint, vanilla and fleurage oil helps soothe the skin, enveloping it in a veil of softness and comfort. Enveloping. The Jamaican wanted to jump out so fast. Enveloping it in a veil of softness and comfort. It doesn't say anything about the coverage at all, so let me Google it. I don't want none of your cookies, leave me alone. So, more details. Let's see more details. It doesn't say anything about the coverage. It just says it evens, illuminates, and perfects the look of skin. Okay, and it has more of a radiant finish. For me, I'm gonna just make assumptions about the coverage just from what I can see. It's very light. It's almost like a skin tint. I'm getting very light coverage. It does even out a little bit, but you can see like it still looks like my skin before I really applied foundation. And I think I applied a pretty decent layer of it using their little brush. Maybe I should use my own brush and see what comes from it. It feels very moist though. It feels a little bit heavier. It doesn't feel lightweight. I can feel it on my skin. So it's not lightweight. It feels almost dewy. So I'm gonna just use my usual foundation brush, which is from Tarte, and apply this. I'll tell you what, it looks like foundation on the skin. Like I can see the streak marks. It doesn't really blend in and merge with the skin easily, which is not a good sign. I don't like that. I like when I blend out my foundation, I can't see it. But this, even though it's a good shade match, I can still kind of see the pigment on my skin. I don't love that for me. I am not loving this at all. So far, I think it's okay. Do not go get this. Oh my god. If you have imperfections and you're looking to even them out, don't expect it from this foundation. If you're looking for a powerhouse foundation that's gonna give you a decent coverage but still have skincare benefits, this is not it. Not $450, girl. This is not, and this is not the first time I'm wearing this foundation either. So, I don't know. Is it the primer that I'm using? Maybe I shouldn't be using primers and just allow it to just do its thing on my skin. I don't like it. It's not ugly, but it's not pretty at all. And I definitely need concealer, which is a good thing because I do have 2 new concealers to try out. So far, whatever. I closed my blinds, so hopefully you can see a little bit more of what I'm seeing. You tell me, like maybe I'm tripping. It's a good shade match, right? You can't really tell that I'm wearing foundation, but then it looks like I'm wearing some kind of skincare with a tint to it. Yeah, don't love it, don't love it. So the 2 concealers we're gonna try out. I have the Makeup by Mario concealer. So this is the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, 0.2 fluid ounce, and it has a dimethicone based formula, which is good to note. You want to mix dimethicone or silicone formulas with silicone formulas and oil formulas with oil formulas, right? So they don't split on your skin. And then we have the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. This one is glycerin, let's see, water-based. This might be a little bit tricky because this is water-based, but we're gonna see. It has some glycerin in it. We're gonna see how it goes. So for the Tower 28, it says, this weightless serum concealer has the power to visibly cover dark circles, hyperpigmentation, and redness. Designed for sensitive skin, the non-irritating formula helps hydrate and smooth textured skin without silicones. Medium buildable coverage with a natural finish. So it's definitely silicone free. But now that makes me a little bit nervous. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. The Makeup by Mario one doesn't have the details on the box, so let me read it from the Sephora website. It's $29, by the way, for the 0.2 ounce or 5.8 milliliters. The shade I picked up is 420, which is described as medium dark golden. So it says here, this medium coverage buildable formula conceals even the darkest under eye circles. All the shades are crease proof and long wearing with a self-setting formula that locks in with a natural skin-like finish. Caffeine visibly depuffs, tightens, and smooth skin for an awakened look. Okay, so medium coverage, natural finish. So the Tower 28 one is cheaper. It's $22 and it's 0.22 ounce or 6.5 milliliters. So it contains more and it's cheaper. Hello. The shade I got from this is SB. So they don't have real numbers to this. What is this? SB is what? I don't even know, girl. SB is number 16.0. It's deep with neutral undertones. Something about California and how they want to name the product, whatever. All right, so let's see. Clean at Sephora, Tower 28. All right, let's use Makeup by Mario on this side, Tower 28 on this side. I don't know how it's gonna look because they're different shades, but let's go for it. I'm gonna put this around my mouth and also under my eyes. This is like an exact match to my skin tone, which is what I aimed for. I don't try to get a concealer that's lighter. And then this one, what is this little lumpy thing? Makeup by Mario, what is that little clump? So we're gonna apply it the same way. The Makeup by Mario one is slightly lighter. I swatched these in stores, so I know these are my best shade matches without going too light or too dark. All right. Now you want to be bright light? Listen, all right? Let's use our little Chanel brush. Maybe this guy will help us out. Has the little edge, right? It's nice for blending out product. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. But I feel like it didn't help a thing with that Chanel foundation. All right. That's definitely like a lighter medium coverage, and it definitely has a more natural finish. It's almost borderline dewy. Ooh, girl. All right, Makeup by Mario. So the Makeup by Mario one was thicker. It's creamier. The Tower 28 one is a serum concealer, so it was very thin. It was very lightweight, and it blended out easily. The Makeup by Mario one is also blending out nicely, but it's thicker, you know? It's a thicker cream. I feel like it will give more coverage. I'll tap and swipe just to see. Okay, a little bit of the Makeup by Mario one goes a longer way. I opened my blinds and I went and got a sponge just to help blend out some of this. So the Makeup by Mario one, as I was saying, is a little bit thicker. So I feel like use less, right? And probably use a sponge with this one. The serum one worked great with the brush. So different application methods will work differently depending on formulations. The Makeup by Mario one, I feel like, yeah, definitely needs a sponge. Oh, let's look at the coverage. Makeup by Mario has fuller coverage, but it's also thicker and a different shade, like it's lighter. And then the serum one, I feel like, you know what? Looking at it up close, the Makeup by Mario side, I feel like my darkness is still showing through, no? And then on this side, I feel like it's covered up. I don't know. I don't like that. The Makeup by Mario one has a doe foot applicator that has a little bit of a point to it. It's soft and comfortable though, very flexible. And then the serum foundation, it's more one of those longer paddle style. Let me just apply a little bit more of this one. Whew. I don't know how to feel right now about any of these complexion products. The Makeup by Mario one, ugly. No, me tell her right now, it ugly. Is it the shade that makes it so ugly? Like, it's not. Like, look. This one feels like it looks prettier. I feel like it looks prettier. Is that just me? Yeah, the serum side looks and feels prettier. The Makeup by Mario one, I feel like it's allowing too much of my darkness to shine through. Even though this one is not full coverage. Am I tripping? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know right now because I feel ugly. Between the foundation and the concealers and now my lighting, I feel ugly. I do. I feel so ugly. My skin feels so nasty. My skin really feels bad. Should we try to just save it? Should we save it? Let me see. Because I want to show you what like a nice concealer looks like. Because it don't make no sense. Me don't feel nice. Let me put some of my Sephora concealer on. It's not even like the Tower 28 one is bad. Because the Tower 28 one to me feels nicer. And it looked better, but I just need fuller coverage. Just at least in that inner corner there. Because, girl, the darkness be, woo, kicking my ass. Yeah, so that's what my concealer should look like. So it's not me. I'm not tripping. Makeup by Mario concealer can stay, girl. It can stay. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, I don't know if I want to keep trying it out. Like, I am the return queen. I will return and exchange. Don't play with me. I don't play those games with my money, okay? These companies can figure it out on their own. That's not my business. But I don't love these. I don't love any of them. Alright. I feel like I want to wash my face. That's how bad it is. Let me set everything using my Kosas powder. Woo! I just want to wash my face, but I'm gonna go over to my mom to grab my dinner because she made stew peas. Girl, I said make the stew peas, y'all, mommy, because if I make the stew peas, it don't make no sense because it's just me. So it's like too much food for just me, right? So she's gonna make it, and then my brother and his family's coming over so everybody can share it, which is what we try to do. Is like when we cook, we share. So there's not like a bunch of leftovers. Yeah. I feel a little less greasy, but I still don't feel pretty. And then the concealer, doing too much with it, got all up in my tear duct. So my eyeshadow got messy too. So I now have to go back in with the light pink shade on the inner tear duct. Just to add back some color, especially on this side. That serum concealer got all up in my Kool-Aid, girl. Got all that messy. Oh my god, I feel so ugly. I feel so ugly. I feel ugly. So there's some blushes with the Kaleidos collection as well. I'm gonna show you the blushes and show you the swatches and just tell you right now, none of those shades are gonna work for me. I'll try to use the deepest shade, but it's not fun. So there are 4 shades of the blushes, and they kind of match up with the packaging of the palette. So the darker palette, the Twilight Rush, has a little purple, you know, some purple accents. Beautiful. Compared to the Venus Trap, which is just all like smoky pink. So that's how you differentiate between those palettes. And then you have the blushes that look very similar, if not identical, right? There's no real difference, but they have a label on the back. So these are the Kaleidos Mono Blushes. Hotshot is a tan shade, very light tan shade. Then we have Pearl Bliss, which is a little bit deeper of a tan. I'll show you what those look like compared to each other. So the top one, which is lighter, more on the warm side, it has a hint of warm undertone. This one is Hotshot, and then this one is Pearl Bliss. Has more of a cooler or pinkier undertone, and it's a little bit deeper than Hotshot. And then we have Pale Rose, which is a very pale light pink rose, and Angel Wing. Angel Wing is a little bit more on the pinky brown side. None of these, like, you see what I'm talking about, like they're all light. The deepest one is Pearl Bliss, which is that brown. But like, none of these are really gonna work for me. You know what? Let me just do that right now before I go in with mascara. I was gonna do mascara and all that and then come back and do this, but let's try it. Let's actually try Pale Rose so I can show you that these will not work on my skin, okay? Wipe off my brush. I mean, it's just, what is that? What is that? Just ash and disappointment. Pale Rose. Do you see anything? No. No. And then Hotshot. It's like setting powder. Nothing, okay? Just proved it to you because I think you probably want me to prove it. Like, prove it, girl! Angel Wing. All it's gonna do is tint my skin, so it will show you like, okay, instead of just face powder, it looks like a little bit pinker. Nope. Nope. So let's try the deepest shade. Deep being like like really pushing it, right? Deep wear. This is Pearl Bliss. Like, I'm picking product up and it's a setting powder. It's a setting powder. Do you see something that I don't see? That's it. You know what? Pissed off. My face is pissing me off. You know what? Let me go do the mascara thing and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Guys, I don't feel pretty. I don't feel pretty and I don't feel like carrying on. I honestly don't feel like carrying on. I'm just gonna go over to my mom's house, grab my food, come back, wash my face, and start. Well, maybe I won't. Can we save it, guys? What do you think? What do you think? Can we save it? Do we need, let's get another blush. All right, let's get something prettier. I think we need something still a little bit more cool tone. Let me use this Note blush. Oh my God, this was from, what was it, a BoxyCharm? A long time, but I had loved this blush. It's number 5 Desert Rose. I don't even know if this brand still exists, but it was such a pretty color, right? That was still very subtle, and I feel like that's what I want. You see, like, you can be subtle. Like, you don't need to be overwhelming, but you can where's the color? Where is, like, where, right? Like, I didn't even do much and there's color on my face now. Okay, that feels a little prettier. I'm not gonna put lashes on. What should I? I'm not gonna do lashes, but we do have the lip glosses from the launch. So we have the Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glazes. There are 6 shades and these are pretty, okay? So we have mostly like creamy pinks, like neutral lean-in pinks, and then 2 shimmer shades. Let's do the shimmer shades first, just to get them on the lips and out the way, because I'm not gonna wear them. Here is Freefall. Let's just try them all on, because this video is already like, no. So this is like a smoky, shimmery, translucent purple shade. So it's purple, right? But it has like almost like gunmetal micro shimmer to it. So it gives it this gray, smoky undertone. That's pretty. You can't feel the glitter. This is pretty because it's not just a clear lip gloss, right? It's a little purpley, a little smoky. It looks similar to like those gray tinted lip balms or lip glosses that you've seen on the market. So it's a little smoky, a little neutral, but with my lip color, it just looks like the darker part of my lip color, but with gloss. Cushy, comfortable, not too slippery, like it's not really runny, but not thick at all. Like my lips are not sticking together. Nice. And I did wear like one of these shades for an extended period of time. It's a lip gloss, you have to reapply it, right? But it never got uncomfortable, so I think this formula is really nice. It's not sticky, but it's not too liquidy. Not like a lip oil. All right, the next shimmery shade is Penthouse. So this one looks really beautiful. It's like a fiery, almost like a multi-chrome lip gloss. It has, yeah, like purple, pink, orange, gold. Really stunning. I don't think I've really seen like Like a multi-chrome lip gloss before? Yeah, I don't think so. Have we seen those before? Because this looks like it has multi-chromatic shimmer in it. And the base is pink. Again, I don't feel the glitter. Very fine shimmer. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Oh, this is stunning. Look at this. It's glowy. It's pretty. It's like... Yeah, I like this one. Like this one a lot. And it looks really sparkly, so you would think, like, look at this. It looks so, don't look at my nose, but it looks so sparkly that you would think you would feel that shimmer. No, I'm not feeling it. That is pretty. That is pretty. Okay, next. All the other shades are gonna be creams now. So this one is Skinny Dip. It's like a light creamy nude, like a tan. Okay, so this is, it's not really milky, but I can see that it's lighter than my lip color. So it's going to be a little bit more milky, which is not a bad thing. If you do that ombre look, where you use the lighter lip gloss with a darker liner, this may be a good one for you. It's almost like a milk tea. Do you see it? Very light, but cute, cute. Yeah, I can see myself using it for that lip liner, light nude lip gloss look, right? This is without a liner, but you get the vibe because the outer edges of my lips is a little bit darker. That's not bad. So that one was Skinny Dip, and now we're gonna use Elixir. So this one is more of a dusty pink, like a rosy pink. Again, a little bit lighter than my lip color. And it has more of that rosy pink hue to it. So you can use it. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, you can use it again with a darker lip liner if you wanted more of a pinky hue. It's cute too. And again, comfortable, not sticky, not heavy duty. And they look juicy. Yeah, they're really comfortable. Like there's this little slide to them that feels really good. Like a silky slide. It doesn't feel sticky at all. That's pretty. That is pretty as well. So this is the more pinky nude. All right, next up is Last Smoke. So this one is like a taupe. Oh my god, it's purpley. It has this smoky, like gray undertone to it, but it's like a smoky lavender because it has a little hint of purple. Okay, this is interesting. This is different. It's more on the cool tone side. It's like a cool mauve. That's where that purple comes from. Like a smoky mauve because it has that gray. I kind of want to build it up just to see if I can get the smokiness out of it. You see it, right? It's more cool tone. It's more gray. That's cute. If this is what you're into. So we had the more milk tea one, which was more on the tan side or like the beige side. Then we had the pinky shade, Elixir. And now we have Last Smoke, which is a smoky taupe. That is cute, actually. I really like that as well. This goes with this look because it's like, you know, cool tone. So if you were looking for like a cool tone lip gloss, this is a vibe. What? And through this whole thing, my lips feel great because it's not like a liquid lipstick. All right, Hot Pursuit. So this one is also like a smoky mauve, but it has, it's a little bit deeper. So it's like a deeper purple, but it's still like on the cool tone side. I'm also gonna try to layer this one up. This one's a little bit deeper, a little bit richer, and it's more brown. Yeah, it has a little bit more brown hue to it, I feel like. But still very similar to Last Smoke. It's just slightly deeper. I don't know if you can tell. They look almost identical. They really do. So I don't think you need both. Just pick one. Pick one. This one's a little bit, almost like a little bit more wearable because it has a little hint of pink to it. A little more brown than Cool Tone Mauve. But that's stunning too. It doesn't quite go as much with the eyes. You see what I mean? So that's how you can tell the difference. The last smoke is a little bit more purpley cool tone. This one is a little bit more brown cool tone, if that makes any sense, which it probably does not. But you can see like what it looks like. Last one up. I really thought my lips were gonna feel like death, but no, they don't. All right, so the last one is the deepest one, which is Pink Marquise. So this one is definitely a pink. It's like a rosy pink, and cute. This is the one I think I wore. Yeah, this is the one that I wore, and for like a few hours, very comfortable. This shade is a very like normal shade. It's like a rosy pink. Very usual shade in lip glosses. Very pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like a soft rose pink. That is cute. That is cute. But this is like the only real like pink shade out of it. No, well, the pink cream, and then we had the pink shimmer. Where'd it go? Right? These are the two pinks. And then we have more cool tone shades. So we have like cool tone beige and like cool tone pinks. So this one is Pink Marquise. Cute, cute. All right, let me figure out which one I want to wear and I'll be right back. All right, so I decided to go in with Last Smoke, which I think is just the best color for this look. And I added a little bit of brown liner. I used my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Pitch, just a little bit, and I blended it out. But yeah, Last Smoke is such a pretty taupey mauve shade. It definitely is like a smoky mauve. I love that. All right, so all is not lost with this look. Let's wrap it up because I'm not doing nothing else, all right? Because I'm literally, I feel like I might add lashes and just rock with the look just for the vibes, but right now I'm not in love. I'm jumping in right here really quick because I didn't finish up the story about the restaurant and the food and stuff. So like I said, right? The whole vibe was just off for me. In the restaurant, right, it looked dark, okay? I'm claustrophobic, so I was feeling like, ooh, this is a little bit too tight for me as well. It was dark, the security guard with the gun, and then the noise and the chaos. And this is why I don't eat out, okay? I don't like going out to restaurants. I don't like brunch. I don't like any of that hookah situation. Like, none of that entices me because it's usually noisy and crowded, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, right? So the vibe was off, but I got the food. I'm like, all right, let me try this food out. So I got the chicken and waffles and I got grilled shrimp on the side, right? So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be delicious if it's, you know, whatever. Even if I never go to the restaurant, I can do takeout. Girl, let me tell you, all the food tastes bad. Girl, I thought there was gonna be a redeeming quality because if you have security on like bulletproof glass, I'm thinking like there's a vibe, right? The food is slapping because there's no way people are still gonna show up to this establishment given the danger if the food doesn't slap. You know, the Kennedy Fried Chicken at the corner has the bulletproof glass. You know, you getting that chicken at 4 a.m. coming from the club. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, the food tasted really bad. Really bad. So the waffle was burnt. I worked in a restaurant. I used to make the waffles, and those waffles were delicious, right? Like, waffle is just pancake mix in a waffle maker. Like, it's not that complicated. Like, for real, for real. You can, like, you know, put a spin on it with, like, a cornbread mix. You can make it, like, your own jam. But this waffle was burnt, and you could taste the burnt pieces of the fucking waffle. It tasted so bad. It was so awful. And then the chicken, like, the chicken pieces, that fried chicken, the shit had, I'm cursing because I'm so mad. The coating was nasty. I don't know what kind of cornmeal, whatever coating that was. It was nasty, and it was also burnt. So I have burnt waffles, burnt chicken pieces. It tasted nasty. The syrup was like a butter pecan that was nasty as well. And I asked them to put it on the side because I don't like pecan, so I wanted it on the side. They put it over everything, girl. It just tasted bad all around. Like, there was nothing redeeming about it. It was gross. And then the grilled shrimp was probably the best thing. The grilled shrimp tasted fine. You know, it's a grilled shrimp. Decent seasoning. It was cooked well. It wasn't burnt. but it was nothing I would go back for. So all in all, no, I'm not eating it. No, I'm not interested at all. I don't want to go to this spot. No, you and your bulletproof vest could go somewhere, but 0 out of 5, like, do not recommend. I don't know how it got 4.7 stars. I don't know how it got so many great reviews, and I'm not really the type to like put a bad review, especially for a black owned business. Like, I feel kind of shady and sketchy, but like, I am so close to putting a negative review because I don't understand. It was bad. It was bad all around. So I wanted to jump in and fill you guys in there because I realized I didn't finish up that story, and you guys, you deserve to hear like the follow-up, right? So that's it. All right, let's get back to the video. So let's just wrap it up while I try to fix like my face so I can do another video without redoing my face necessarily. Just using a little bronzer from Juvia's Place. This is the cream bronzer. So let's talk. The palettes, the eyeshadow quads, I think they're okay. I think they're fine. My favorite one would be the Venus Trap one, just because I prefer to have more mattes. Again, the mattes from Kaleidos work really well. They're really cute. So if you're into this kind of color story, I think the quads are decent. And quads are really easy to use for like a quick look. So the purpley one, I don't really like this shimmer in here. You can use it to build a little bit of dimension on the outer V, but just be mindful you have a little bit of that shimmer to contend with. And then the sparkly shades are okay, but to me, I don't like a really sparkly color on my lids, but I know a lot of people do. So if you're into those shimmer shades, if you're into the color stories, I think the quads are cute. The blushes, if you're my complexion, skip altogether. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what those are for, but they ain't for us. So if you have a darker complexion, don't even, okay? And I feel like Kaleidos needs to work on that. Their blushes have never really been for us. Even their sculpting shades, their bronzer shades, they don't go really dark and rich. So they're not the best for darker, richer complexions. So I'm not surprised, but I'm a little bit, you know, perturbed. Like, at least have one shade. Not one of those blushes work. Not one. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we doing? But the definite winner from the whole lineup would be the lip glosses. Right? Like, this is sexy, and it's such a comfortable formula, and I love the packaging. It's sexy. It's definitely giving me a vibe. I love the packaging from Kaleidos. Like, the little, you know, pillow top, squishy, cushy packaging. It's cute. It's adorable. I think they always do a great job with their packaging. But these lip glosses, like, look at these. Right? I didn't show you the up close. It almost feels like something from The Witcher, right? It's given that vibe. It's given cauldron. It's given tonics and potions. It has these little ribs to it. It's cute. It's ombre. Like, I love the smoky effect. It's cute. Has the label on the bottom with the shade name. And then the applicator is a slanted doe foot. Applies well to the lips. Really nice. So the lip glosses definitely get a thumbs up. And even the mirror is cute, right? So it's black with the little Kaleidos detail on the back. Has good quality. It's a smaller mirror, but it can definitely function to apply your makeup. Good quality and clarity. So accessories, great. Lip glosses, great. The quads are okay if you're looking for that vibe. I don't think I got anything too special from the quads, but they apply well, and I do like the quality of the matte eyeshadows. Blushes, skip. Okay? The foundation. I'm gonna need to keep using this, but I've used it twice so far. Twice. And I really hated it both times. So I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit more to figure it out, but I'll tell you right now, I don't think it's worth $150. I don't think any foundation is really worth $150. If you were interested in the line, go for the Sublimage Le Teint. I think that one feels better on the skin. I think it looks better. It looks nicer. This one just isn't hitting as much as I expected it to. I'll try it some more, but right now I'm telling you, skip it. Skip it. It's not worth it. Like, it's light coverage. It feels heavy on the skin, and I'm sure that has to do with the skincare that's infused in it, but I can so do without it. There's so many other foundations on the market that are so much better. Like, seriously. The concealers, the Makeup by Mario one, ugly. Ugly. Like, so ugly. I don't like it. I'm gonna use it again though, just to make sure before I return it. But first impressions, ugly. So it's a thicker cream concealer. It applied decently, it blended out okay, but it didn't look pretty on the skin. I don't know, it's not that it was dry, but it didn't give that smooth, blurred effect that it was touting. I just didn't like it, and it didn't give solid coverage either. Like, I had to go back in with another concealer to really cover up my discoloration. So I would skip the Makeup by Mario one as well. Whew, so far, Makeup by Mario, the complexion products, aren't my jam. Aren't my jam. And it's $29, so it's not even cheap. The Tower 28 one, all right, that one was $22, and it has more product than the Makeup by Mario one. It was prettier. It's still more like a light medium coverage, so it didn't cancel out all my discoloration and darkness under the eyes, but it felt lightweight and comfortable, blended easily. I feel like if I let it sit on my skin longer and then blend it out, I could get more coverage out of it, but that one was not bad. It wasn't bad. The shade is a little bit rich, so it's not gonna brighten up my under eyes, but I'm okay with that. But I like it. I like it enough that I won't return that one. But the Makeup by Mario one is on the chopping block for a return, because no ma'am, no ma'am. What else did we use that was new? Nothing else. Nothing else. So there you have it. This is the final look. It's not that ugly. I just feel like my skin is ugly. But, you know, it is what it is. I added my own favorite concealer, the Sephora one, and then I added my powder to try to save the day. So I'm not feeling that ugly, but I'm not feeling pretty either. And my skin feels a little bit like, you know, I want to scrape it off. The lip gloss is saving the day though. I really love smoke. Last Smoke is giving it to me. I'm loving it. So let me know what you guys think if you've tried out anything from this collection from Kaleidos. If you're interested in the Chanel foundation, girl, don't save your money. And like, the lip gloss is great. The primer, maybe this moisturizer isn't good for me. I'm thinking maybe it's the moisturizer that I'm not jiving with. We'll see, because my primer works fine. Now I'm thinking about it. Whatever. Point is, here's the final look. I will leave a full list of all the products mentioned and used down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If there's an asterisk next to any of those links, it means it is an affiliate link, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. It's a great way to show your support for the channel because it doesn't change the sale price, but it gives me a kickback. So it's like a win-win situation. So if you're shopping online, please consider using my links. I really appreciate the support. And I will leave links to my Instagram and Twitter. I need to lotion my elbows because I'm a little ashy, not gonna lie. I'm a little... Why don't text me and tell me these things? They're so evil. They're like, the people have tell us that the food already. We're all at mommy house waiting for you. They know I'm gonna film first. So it's a good thing that I'm ending this video now. I'm headed over to my mom. But I will leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.